Right then, a while ago I gave you 5 signs. 5 signs you should have already retired. Exhaustion, outgrowing the job, your health quietly paying the bill. Thousands of you wrote back and told me which ones had landed with you, and a lot of you said the same thing. Dave, that was me, all 5. So here's what I've been chewing over since then. Those first 5, well, they were about how you feel. But there's another set, a quieter, sneakier set, if you like. These aren't feelings. These are things that you've already started doing without even noticing that you're doing them. Your body and your gut making the decision while your head's still pretending it hasn't been made. So 5 of them. Same rule as before. And I've done every single one of these myself in the build up to my impending retirement, which is less than 11 work days away. So, number 1, you've started counting. Not on purpose, it just creeps in. You catch yourself on a Sunday night working out how many Sundays are left, how many Monday mornings, how many of those meetings you've still got to go and sit through before they're finally all done. And here's the thing, you never used to do it. For years, time just rolled by and you didn't measure it. You were too busy in it. The weeks came and went and you never sat there totting them up. But somewhere along the line, that changed. And now you're counting them down like a little boy watching the clock on the last day of term. I remember catching myself doing it. Standing in a queue, working out a number in my head. I stopped and thought, when the hell did I start doing that? It's not boredom. That's not having a bad week. That's some part of you that starts counting what's left. Part that's already decided. It's made the call. It's just waited patiently for the rest of you to catch up and admit it. Number 2, you're rehearsing the goodbyes. You've drafted the conversation in your head, haven't you? The big one. The one where you hand your notice in, what you say, the exact words, how they'll take it even. Who'll be surprised? And who won't be? And you'll have run it a dozen times. While you're washing up maybe, driving home, lying awake at 4:30 in the morning. Now think about that honestly for a second. Nobody rehearses leaving something that they want to stay in. You don't lie awake practicing how you walk out of a place that you love. You don't draft the speech for a life that's still fitting you properly. People rehearse the exit when the exit's already where their mind keeps wandering. And again, I did exactly this. I've had the whole conversation written out so long ago, word for word. And for a while I told myself that it was just me being prepared. As you know, I'd intended to retire in January, but I've had that letter written for months. The fact I'd already written the speech was the answer. The speech was telling me what I hadn't told myself yet. Number 3. Permission for everyone but you. And I have to be straight with you here, because I was the worst for this, genuinely. You give everyone else permission. The bloke at work who's flagging, running on empty, you put your hand on his shoulder and you tell him, mate, life's short. Go and do it. Take a break. Your old friend who's hanging on too long for no good reason, I should say. You've earned it. Go, you say. What are you waiting for? And you hand permission out freely all day long to anyone who needs it, but not to yourself. Never yourself. For everyone else, you say life is short. For you, you say just one more year, and then I'll think about it. One more year and the timing will be better. And again, I've been doing this for so long, standing there telling others to make their own calls, to back themselves, while I quietly kind of sat on my hands making excuses for staying put. Same shoes, different advice. The only difference was I trusted everyone else to know when it was time, and I didn't trust myself. Number 4, you've stopped defending it. There was a time when you'd stick up for the job. Someone had a moan about it, about the place, the hours, the people running it, and you'd push back. It's not that bad, you'd say. It's got its good days. They look after us, mostly. You defend it without even thinking. I guess the way you defend anything that was yours. Now, someone has a go at it and you just go quiet. You let it sit. You don't argue the case anymore. And it's not because you've turned soft or you can't be bothered. It's because somewhere inside you'd be arguing a case you've already stopped believing in. And you know it. You can't put your back into defending something you've already let go of. And that quiet is loud, if you're listening. The day you stop sticking up for it out loud is usually a good while after you stop believing it on the inside. The silence is just the part that finally shows. Number 5. So this is the big one. You've already living the other life in the gaps, the early mornings before work, before anyone else is up, the weekends, the odd stolen day, those hours around the edges where you do the thing you actually want to be doing, the walk, the project, the quiet, and whatever yours is. And here's what you've noticed, even if you've never said it, that's when you feel most like you. most settled, most yourself, making your own calls on your own time. That's the tell. You're not waiting for the other life to start anymore. You're not saying it's time. You're not saving it all up for some far off day when they finally let you go. You've already had a taste of it around the edges, and you know exactly what it feels like. And once you've felt that, once you know what your own life actually tastes like, going back to pretending the job is enough is the hardest pretending there is. You can't unknow it. That's the one that finally tips it, or it did for me. So that's 5 more. You're counting, you're rehearsing the goodbye, you're handing everyone permission except yourself. You've gone quiet and you're already living the other life in the gaps. And none of these are weaknesses. Same as last time, but they're not feelings. They're information. The first 5, well, they told you how you feel. These 5 are what you already started doing about it. Whether you've admitted it or not to yourself is irrelevant. I picked my date in the end, but the signs were there long before that date was. And honestly, I'm just glad I finally stopped pretending that I couldn't see them. So if this is the first one of my videos that you've landed on, go and watch the 2 that started all of this off. And I'll put links to them at the top of the screen. They're the backbone of everything I'm on about on this video and my channel in general. So stick around. There's more every Wednesday and Saturday. And whatever you do next, don't slow down.